Hi, welcome to another video on my monorail built with fischertechnik and controlled by a fischertechnik robo interface and ultimately a BeagleBoard Classic running Ubuntu Linux for ARM. Last time I had a problem with power, not so much on this side as well when running this side, and it becomes quite clear that there is a problem, because if you take this, it is not quite embedded in this holder, and if you look here, it has to really fit to be able to transmit the power from one rod to the other. And all of this is more or less caused by this structure here, because if you want it to be stable, then you don't need something that is as easily movable as this is. And if we take a look here, then it is quite clear to see, let me point it this way, that this is not really a guarantee to transmit the power from one to another. So the obvious solution lies here, to remove this type of connection and put it firm on the ground here. So I have prepared this part, actually consisting out of two, and I intend to put it right here so that this flexible thing can go. Now, if you remember last time, that it was quite a hassle to construct it, also because these connection bolts needed to go in from the other side. So how that will go, I don't know at this moment, but I'll just try to make it a smooth transition. So first thing I need to do is get this in, which is for a start here. And even getting this in here is quite a struggle. And then let's see how well it fits. Well, that seems to be nice. So this isn't as flexible anymore. So actually this here can go now. And whatever remains, but the question is how well and how stable this is. So let's turn the look again here. This is also a bit flexible, but it is better than it was. So removing this part, should be able to go right now, if possible anyway. Yes, there we go. and that's it. Now all that remains is this, but that's not such a problem. So with this, how does this behave? We can only see by getting it started. So let's do that. And it will soon enough be noticed if this power rod, which is of course gliding over the ground or master rod, will stop here or go on. So let's see what happens. If something happens. And once again, the unexplainable not maximum velocity and now a change in velocity. It doesn't go anywhere yet. A little bit of help. It still blocks the beam. Slowly gets to the maximum, while it should go maximum anyway. Okay, let's. Now why does it go the other way? I want it that way. Yeah. And it loses power. So the conclusion is, let's not talk about the carriage. The problem is still right in this part. It can still go back and forth, and there is this one due to, so that's still a problem. That has to be improved. But a part of the software has to be improved as well, simply because for some reason here it changes direction, which shouldn't happen. So apart from that, I think it is time to take a very good look at the software. But now the cone is here almost in front of the second light, which it does not register yet because it says D6, not D7 yet. No D7, well this is D7, digital 7. Now it clearly blocks it, but on screen it doesn't mention a C yet, a 7, only 6. And now it changes direction, but why? Yeah, and this is all due to software. It is now clearly past blocking the D7. Now it's not blocked anymore. It is way beyond D7 detection, but when looking on the screen continuously there's no D7, so that's not alright. Now D6 is blocked and it turns direction. Oops. Now one more time, let's push it again over the limit and it stops immediately. So this is a very clear sign that the ground rod is not working. Yeah, alright. Unfortunately, I still don't have the lengthy rod I want, because then this support and this support could go. But anyway, software. So after these analyses, it is clear that something is happening between digital 6 and digital 7, which is not really wanted. So the question is, what exactly is that? Here we are looking at not digital T7, T digital 7, 6 I mean, and the light beam is interrupted as soon as the cone of the propeller reaches the point, and that is not yet the end of the track, because the end of the track is 2 grooves further when it is really end of the track. However, this is the logical end. So what exactly happens, apart from this print line? It says the control lamp. Well, let's ignore that. Important, it says the direction status to 1. It reverses the motor speed and direction. Well, just the direction, because the motor is already there. Or is it? Here it says just direction status is 1. And 1 is away from the interface. Now, it should be better if the motor already had some set point, initialization point, speed. So what if I say, okay, I'm copying this one, somewhere else, so that the motor already runs no matter where it is. However, this is when it is interrupted. When the light beam is not interrupted, where is it? Right now, because of the problems with the power rods, I keep it between 6 and 7, which is not guaranteed the place where it may be at start. So if it is on, because there is no carriage, then if their status is 1, well, suppose it is in between both, in between 6 and 7, their status is 1, so we get here, and that is also this part. Then their status is 0. But that's not true. That is definitely not true. If their status is 1, you are moving the wrong way. So that is the problem. As soon as the light beam is there, their status is 1, and it reverses the speed. It reverses the direction. So when it is between 6 and 7, This can be regarded as between 6 and 7. Direction status is 1, it is moving away from the interface, and then it already says the status is 0. I'm going to watch the interface. But then this doesn't make sense, because the direction is still away from the interface. So this direction status makes no sense. I want to go to into the direction digital T digital 7. So I need to comment this out. Sleep for 12 seconds, keep the motor running, and see here with T digital 7 I don't change the direction status. So this is a problem, and I may cancel this one as well for now, this direction status. These may get here, but not yet here. I think that is a problem. So let's see how this works out when it is tested. So after these two minor code changes, let's see what happens. Right now the direction is that way, but as you can see there's little to nothing happening. And yet the speed is maximum, well, set to maximum anyway. It's rocking a bit, but that is, I'm afraid, all that is happening right now. So what if I manually resist a bit? It detects the 0. It detects the 0. And holding my hand here, it is clearly set in that direction. But then, why doesn't it keep the speed? It should go much faster. You hear it speed up suddenly. Yeah, go please. Why? It's still that way. Alright, so what it is on the... Alright, this is the shaking is because of this. So that is not solved. But then again, the low propeller speed, so low motor speed, is unclear. That should not happen at all. And at least it doesn't change direction. And it is now again at the changing location, changing from this one to the other one. And that's it. Now I'm pressing against it, then it goes forward, but then again a mysterious changing of speed. And stopping. Now it has a continuous speed or direction into the other end. But I wonder, why does it change speed? Because wait a minute. See what is happening? I press this rod firmly against the ground rod. Now it has also full speed. And now it has hardly any speed. This means that this construction is flaky. I have to do something here. That is a good one. Question is how. Yes, that is the one I should pay attention to. It's a mechanical issue. Ouch. So with the conclusion that pressing it increases the propeller speed somehow, the question is, how high should it be? How low should it be? Well, for a first indication, we turn our attention to this, and we see here, apart from this part, 1, 2. Here is 1, 2, 3. Looking here, for this part, it is, apart from the bases, is 1 and 2, and here it is 1, 2, 3. So that is exactly the same. And you may say connection is connection, it runs, but apparently connection is not equal to connection, as was clearly demonstrated when I pushed it more firmly to the ground. So, do I need to change that? To be honest, I don't have a clue. What may be helping if I take it off and take a look at it this way. If I take a look at it this way, then this is slightly upwards and this one is slightly downwards. So when I press on it, I push it more firmly down. Can this be changed after all? Does it need to be changed? It is a spring, so I can't really influence that. You see, there are two springs. And this may be a little bit more firm in. Is there anything else I can do? Not that I can see. So let's turn it on again. See if that really is a difference. Although right now the program is running and it doesn't look like it, So the lights are off, as you can see, so I don't really have oh, by the way, nice to show on the interface, the way these lights are flashing is indicating that there is nothing going on. It is in rest, and yet the program is running, so that's something odd as well. But let me interrupt it, start again, and now you can see at the interface steady flashing of this light only, that it is being addressed. And yet it doesn't do anything. But the lights are on. So I guess I should change a starting. See, now it works, because apparently it is going that way again, and there it stops, because of the rod not being, and I'm of course talking about this rod, not being firmly attached and connected to the other rod. So still some programming to do. If in between, which way to go, how fast to go. That is still a problem. So the question is the spring such a good idea? Very good question. So for this end part of the video, several conclusions can be made. First of all, the question, well, the conclusion is that pressing more firmly to the ground rod makes the speed indeed go maximum, which is 7. Since it is a spring intended to have a maximum force, is that such a good idea? It is flexible. Maybe I should make it less flexible, that it really presses hard on it. But then again, if you do that, you increase the physical pressure on between rods, and that that causes more resistance, physical resistance to glide. So that may not such a good idea. On the other hand, software based, what I have now, and I realized that just now, is that I have with all these if nots only one digital, either digital 6 or digital 7 or digital 8. So with combinations of those, like if not digital 6 and if digital 7, then you can rule out several conditions that I cannot decide on right now. So for next time, I may have to reconstruct the carriage, and I sure have to recode this. So with all these parts, and why is it so slow? I don't know. This is really slow now. Yes. Do I have my speed back? Yes, I have my speed back. Very good. So what I may have to do is say else if t digital if else if not t digital 6 and t digital 7, or even better, not and not t digital 8. So if I have this condition, then I could have a very better control over everything. But that's for time to come. I will continue with this next time. So apart from a little improvement on the ground rod, that is indeed very little, because the rest can just disconnect. Analysis on why things don't work, why things should work, how they should work, and what to do next time. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. You can also watch me on Instagram, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you like my blog, etc., then please consider to make a small donation. For details, please see my website, which is listed at the start of this video and under this video. And this is certainly going to be continued. Bye bye.